So we're starting to see a lot of big empires form. I think we could technically come up with our first power rankings, but it's still pretty premature to do that.
And one kind of surprising civ that kind of came out of nowhere, obviously we're seeing Finland do really well, but Sweden as well. I mean, he's got 2 settlers. He's got 5 cities in Scandinavia and 2 settlers. He's going to keep on going, and obviously I think he can kick out Norway at any point whenever he wants to. Prussia ended up piecing out for this Danish city in Scandinavia. Prussia's looking good. Prussia's starting to look real good, but I don't think they could be listed like in the top 10 or anything. I'm just saying that they have done a pretty good job so far. There's huge wars going on in Africa as well as in Eastern Asia because a lot of these civs are, they've got a few cities already underneath their belt, so they're able to just start to wage these massive wars. The Congo, I think, are going to, they will take over the Boer capital right now. And the Congo are going to have, just about they're going to have complete control over South Africa, which is big. But here's the thing. The Congo, at only 2 coastal cities at the moment. 2 coastal cities. That is weird. And none of them are on the west coast here. Oh, something really weird happened there. I had to put a cut there. But, so I don't know how the Congo are going to do in that situation. But the Portuguese just got a huge coalition war by all the African nations. They must have probably settled a colony out here, did they? No, I think just Spain is doing enough damage where all of the African nations are like, yeah, I want to join in on that. So we've got Mali, Benin, Nigeria, and one other civ that is not in Africa. I think that might be somebody from India. It's a new icon, so somebody new. Either way, a bunch of people just declared war on Portugal. So that means that Spain must be doing pretty well so far. Will they take out Lisbon, though? I don't know. I don't know about that. Portugal and Egypt. So there's another Portuguese war. No one really is going to make a big difference unless Morocco goes to war with them. But actually, not even Morocco at this point because the Ashanti are just tearing Morocco up. Just booty grabbing all this land. So that's the Moroccans are really not going to be able to help that much. Oh yeah, this is it. I think this is about it. They really need more support from their boats. But I think Spain will take over Lisbon. We'll see if they take over Porto, though. That's the big question. Will they take over both of those? Oh, the Boer are gonna exist a little bit longer. And actually, that's the thing is, the Congo needed they needed another coastal city. They desperately need that. Baghdad was settled by Arabia, and Arabia is already bringing in reinforcements into this region. Let's go to the next turn. Ethiopia still, though. Like I said, Ethiopia is going to be the big, I think, the big stopper. I think they would stop the Congo. I think they would. I think. We'll see. Austria joining in against Portugal. Who did they take this from? I have no idea. Probably someone that forward settled. Oh my gosh, more French cities. Wow, the French are really aggressive right now. I hope they realize what they're getting themselves into. Ooh, okay, so now we have both the British and the Scottish at war with the Celts on Ireland. And remember, the Celts are the first civ to find North America, technically. The Ashanti took a Songhai city. We've got the Shanu and Tibet, and another nation, I think, from India. We've got Japan building another wonder. Well, actually, you know what? The Celts still technically haven't found North America yet, theoretically, right? They have to actually maybe make it onto the continent. So maybe they won't end up finding it. I don't know if they're going to get destroyed, though. The British aren't really trying that hard to send over units this way. So that's kind of the thing. Prussia trying to make it through Eastern Europe to grab a little bit more land. Sweden going through. They're going to try to go through Finnish territory. There's big wars going on for the Goths. We've got Byzantium and Finland teaming up to take down these 2 Gothic cities. Dang, Shanghai still hasn't fallen yet? Well, that should happen like right now, though. Yeah, it's going to happen like right now. Well, it actually depends on who. The Shanu will take it over no matter what. Oh, but they got up another city. I see. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. That kind of changes things. And boom, the Shanu have peaced out. Big war that will eventually lead between the Chukchi and the Shanu. That's coming. Mongolia, nice to see Mongolia continuing to settle. They almost got their empire cut off. Well, they're going to. Mongolia and Persia, to a point, will cut them off, but Persia will eventually lose this city, I think. It's a very aggressive move for Persia to settle up this way. A lot of the Middle Eastern civs actually going up towards Central Asia, even though the Huns have kind of cut off most of the passage through the Middle East and to Central Asia. You can get open borders with the Huns, and there's still a few tiles left where you can navigate through, maybe finding your way. How is India looking like? Yeah, I mean, it's between the modded Indian civs. Gandhi got eliminated really kind of quite early, to be honest, and it's just between these four. Portugal lost its capital. All right, that shouldn't be surprising. Now, will Spain take over Porto, though? That's the next big question. Prussia took over Krakow. Wow. Wow. Are we going to see an awesome Prussia? The thing is, though, Sweden is looking really well, too. So, unfortunately, I think these two are going to kind of eliminate themselves in Europe. They're probably going to kill each other off, which is unfortunate. I love what Europe is looking like right now. We're seeing civs that have never been great before become great again. Make Eastern and Northern Europe great again. That's what's happening right now. Well, they've all elected Donald Trump, apparently, because we've got Finland doing really well. We've got Sweden and Prussia just starting to do really well. Prussia taking over maybe one or two more cities, and they're going to be set. They could probably take over Warsaw. I think that they could take over Warsaw if they play their cards right. They do need to watch Austria, though. Austria could be quite aggressive here. Oh, yep. That might be it. So Sweden and France declared war on Prussia. That's going to hurt. The Middle East has broken out into a pretty big war. Persia and Babylon. Sumer and Assyria. The Assyrians and the Umayyad. Holy crap. The Middle East just exploded. Japan and Siam. Okay, so the Middle East just exploded. We've got Persia and Assyria versus Babylon. The Umayyad versus Assyria. And the Sumer got involved, right, with one of these wars? Maybe yeah. The Sumer and Assyria. And then we see Siam and the Japanese, which is actually going to... Keep in mind, the Chukchi are at war with Korea. Yeah, the Japanese war with Siam will eventually hurt. No, the Japanese can still kind of go up around the Philippines to go out towards the Indonesian islands and continue to explore if they wanted to. But maybe in later parts of the game, the Siamese and the Japanese wars, that could make some pretty big, interesting conflicts. Boom, now the Ottomans and Assyria. All right, so everyone wants to take out Assyria. People are not happy with, I think, his expansion. Nigeria and Carthage piecing out. How's Arabia doing? I mean, Arabia settled Baghdad. They're going to go for a third city because Medina was already taken by the Ethiopians. Oh, man. That's still going to be a tough city to take because there's just not a lot of tiles around there. Unless you have open borders with Babylon or something. And Assyria just spread out their units. They're just sending units from all different directions. They don't even care at this point. I kind of dread spies because I'm just like, I know I have to do something with them, but they just become really annoying. They kind of clutter up my space here. I really want to know what's happening with... Let's go and look at Finland. I like what's happening with Finland. And also, how's Spain doing? Nothing's going to happen with Scotland. Scotland's not going to take over the Celts, I don't think. And Porto is still well defended. A lot of pillaged tiles, though. But yeah, for now, this is... I think they're going to keep this hold of this city. They'll probably peace out soon. I don't think Spain's going to want to eliminate an entire nation and take that diplomatic hit. Although, most of the world's... I mean, Europe's kind of distracted by Prussia right now. We'll see if Austria goes to war with Prussia. Maybe Poland as well. Oh yeah, this is gonna be big. So if this becomes a really one-sided war, then this will be the power out of Europe. This is kind of the war for Europe right now. If Sweden takes a lot from Prussia here, or vice versa, or I guess they both could kill each other, and then other civs could trample on top. That's also an opportunity. That's also a possibility, but I don't think that's super likely. And I'm actually so surprised to see the Goths holding back Finland and Byzantium so well right now. Denmark and Persia. Syria, okay. We've got a few peace deals. People are peacing out with Siam. Denmark peacing out with Russia. We've got Denmark and Byzantium. The Huns continuing to settle. Persia's so aggressive with their settling. They're settling all of the way up here. They don't care. Darius is a good AI. I'm starting to realize that. He did well in the last campaign, and he's doing well in this campaign as well. All these as wells. Just Crack Lord has been pretty bad this whole series. Saying so many dumb things. It's great. It's fantastic. Greece still is not settled. Oh, France is going for their what? What is this? Their 6th, 7th city? Yeah, 7th city. The Egyptians still control the Suez, but the Umayyad really building a lot of troops along the Red Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean, so they might be trying to take the city back. Mongolia declaring war on Tibet. Can Mongolia afford to be at war with Tibet, though? Is this safe for them? It actually looks like the Shanu have lost a lot of troops, or they're just so spread out because they've got so many cities. The Chukchi as well. I could see some of these taller empires like really rebuild their militaries quite fast and maybe changing that. Boom, citadel's taken. So the Champa will lose the city eventually to the Siamese. Indonesia's still very, very quiet. Nothing for... I'm so shocked that Australia hasn't been settled just yet. But then again, not really. It's turn 135, Drew. I mean, it's turn 135. It shouldn't be that much of a shock. Mongols maybe looking for a third city. Persia looking good either way. The thing that is actually going to start to hurt Persia, though, is this mountain range. It's a double-edged sword here because it protects Persia, but at the same time, it's going to make them really hard. It's going to make it really hard to expand into the Middle East. So we might see another civ form out of here. Someone that, you know, looks good is the Babylonians. If the Babylonians can take away the Assyrian capital, that would be big. Oh, man. All right, so the first city has fallen to Sweden. First Prussian city has fallen to Sweden. And Sweden still has opportunities to settle. That's the whole thing. Is Sweden still has a one settler through Finnish territory. I guess they're in a good relationship with Finland so far. The Pope has built a wonder. And yeah, Spain and Portugal pieced out. I figured that. Machu Picchu built by Austria. Ooh, you were close, but it's probably for the best. You were going to lose a lot of troops, and France is looking pretty powerful here. Remember, France had a really big game in the previous battle that we did on Immortal difficulty. So this isn't super surprising to see Napoleon so aggressive with these military units. The thing is, he's not going to war. So most civs are safe unless he declares war on the Pope, which is totally possible. But he's actually going to be in a sticky situation if he gets into a war with a nation from Africa. All these colonies in North Africa is going to actually kind of hurt him. But because this is Napoleon on Immortal difficulty, not Emperor, that will make a big difference. That makes a big difference. I feel like all these personalities are ramped up a little bit. Oh, Prussia took it back. Surprisingly enough, Prussia has taken it back. So wait, where did that other settler go? Sweden had another one, unless it was taken by the Prussians, which is possible. Finland going for another city. And the Huns kind of getting closer and closer. Oh my goodness. Did Japan really take a Siamese city? Yes, they did. All right, that is huge. Now Japan has a foothold in Asia. And this is a very aggressive Japan too. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, we'll see if they can hold on to that. I mean, it's a different question. I mean, taking a city is a totally different question than actually keeping a city. Because, you know, Eastern Asia is very scary right now. Okay, we finally see the Pope in a war. The Pope and Greece declaring war on Hungary. Let's see if that has any sort of... Nope, that's not going to do anything. Budapest is very safe for the most part, unless it's from Austria. Austria might be the only one to be able to take over Budapest anytime soon. Prussia really... Or I'm sorry, the Pope really building some, you know, naval units, though, in the Italian Peninsula. So that's good for him. I mean, he definitely needs that. Obviously, the British seems to be kind of the biggest force out of northwestern Europe. Scotland's okay, but they're only at 3 cities, not as good as some of these other cities. I mean, Leeds is at 12 population, Manchester and London at 9 and 10. You know, this is almost nothing. The Scottish city, even though it's a city and it can produce things, at 2 population, it's not going to do anything. You know, and that's something I need to kind of look into more often in these series. It's just because the series is city's there. And that city's been there for quite a long time, like a few, you know, maybe 30, 40 turns. And the fact that it's only at 2 population is pretty bad. So I need to look into that a little bit more. Now, if it was a city that was just settled, then obviously I shouldn't make a comment about it. But if it's been there for 30, 40 turns and it's only at 2, 3, 4 population, clearly it's not going to be contributing much. It could be even hurting the empire because it's such a small city. Oh, Arabia might be colonizing Madagascar. Looks like that. And right now, it's looking like the Sumer are going to be the ones that take down the Assyrian capital. But I wouldn't be surprised if they lose enough units for Babylon to sneak in and steal it away. I could see both happening. Oh, man. The Prussian monopoly over the Caspian Sea is starting to begin. Because Russia has this city... I'm sorry, did I say that right? The Persian monopoly over the Caspian Sea. Because Russia... This is a puppeted city. Oh, and the Huns are about to go to war with Russia. Yep. Yep, that is about to happen. This campaign is actually getting more interesting because things are happening. Oh my gosh, the wars are crazy. Everyone's going to war with the Boer. Because the colonization has been limited to just the old world, and then slowly we're going to see like these different tiers of land just unlocked. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think most of the land will be colonized by the time people can go to North and South America. And I think that's starting to become more and more true. We still have probably another maybe 30 or 40 turns, maybe even 60 turns at most, before we see caravels exploring. The Ashanti settling down here. Yep, Madagascar will be founded by Arabia. Well, I mean, Arabia will colonize Madagascar, which they need to. I don't know if they're going to hold on to that, but that's smart. France looks like they might be the power out of the Mediterranean. They're starting to... If they get a colony on Sardinia, they'd have a really good opportunity. Oh, it was the Sumer. No, it was Babylon. It was Babylon. That's a big pickup for Babylon now. It's a very big pickup for Babylon. And once again, this has changed hands to Sweden. Nebuchadnezzar has been captured. Oh, Assyria. That's right. Assyria has a random colony. So they took it back, which means the Sumer might be able to grab this. Scotland grabs the another wonder. All right, guys, I'm going to stop right there. This is it's just been war, just all out war, and things are going to continue to be like that throughout this campaign, so that's fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.